Hey guys! Okay, we are in the home stretch of this event. Let me get a few people on here. I know there's a couple of people that wanted to see this, so I want to make sure that you get to see this and go along with me, okay? Let me see here. Once you're on, just comment below. Let me know that you're here. Say hi. And so I can give you some love. So I can say hello. So I can say hello back. All right. Let's see. Can you see me okay? That's what I want to know. Can you see me all right? On my computer, it looks like it might be a little fuzzy. So, let's see. I know what I'll do. We're gonna message everybody. We're live doing minutes before I get started. Just on, just in case somebody does want to hop on. So let me send that out real fast. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off. I wonder if my Wi-Fi is part of the problem. All right. Okay, so if you're watching this later, just go ahead and fast forward a little bit so we get past all of this beginning part. One of the main requests that I had for this was to show you guys how to do brows. There's a couple different ways to do it. This is going to be the real basic way with some of my favorite tools. The next level, I guess, that you would do for this is to use a brow pencil as well. But I actually don't have that right now. It's actually going to be here tomorrow. So let me turn my Wi-Fi off. Does that help or does it not help? If it doesn't help, I'll turn it back on. Okay, looks like we're back in it. All right, so that did help a little bit. If you are watching this live and it's a little fuzzy, then I apologize. We just got some new internet and it's doing some weird things. So I apologize for that, and it won't be as fuzzy when it's uploaded, okay? So I'm gonna show you two of my favorite items for amazing brows, okay? It's just two simple things. You need a brush to do it, and you need the right products, okay? I was scared of eyebrow palettes, believe it or not, up until about 8 or 9 months ago. Maybe a little bit longer, but I don't think it's quite been a year. And let me tell you, once I got this palette in my hands and I learned how to use it properly, which didn't take very long, my brows have been amazing ever since. Okay, so we actually have two different brushes that you can use for your brows. And I don't know where the other one is, so I'm just going to use this one. This one's my favorite one. It does have the spoolie on the end, so if you have longer brows, it works really well, you know, to kind of comb everything in place. I don't really have long brows, so I almost never do this unless they look absolutely insane. But you can see where I've actually kind of stopped with the tweezing and the waxing to try and get them to fill in. But unfortunately for me, I think this is as good as it gets. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use every item in this palette. It's going to come with 2 powders, a wax, a highlighting shade, and then, well, and 2 highlighting shades, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to take the slanted end of the spoolie brow artist brush. And I'm gonna go into, and this is the medium color, by the way. I'm gonna go into the lighter color first, and I'm going to kind of figure out my shape for my eye, or for my eyebrow, okay? So it's gonna be really light, much lighter than what we're gonna go in with. It's gonna be really light, and this way I can kind of decide what my shape is going to be roughly. Now this is not gonna give me exactly the look that I'm looking for, but it will give me a guide, okay? And this is how I learned how to do my brows, with this. Okay, so that's kind of a rough draft. Hey, Allie, I see you. It's a little fuzzy. It's a little fuzzy. So I'm sorry about that. But this is how I learned. This is how I learned. What we're doing right now is we're just trying to figure out the shape. Hey, Allie. I don't know if you heard me the first time. We're just figuring out the shape right now. So if you're just hopping on, I'm using the lighter color in the palette. And I'm just kind of outlining where I think I want my brow to go so I can figure out the basic shape. I would go a little bit thinner with it so you can go in and outline it properly afterwards. Would you believe there was a day where this was how I did my brows, and that was the end of it. This was the shape, this was, yep. We've come a long way since those days. We have come a long way. And if you're still there, there is no shame in that. There is no shame in that, okay? Just gonna take a little bit of practice. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm gonna start. I figure out kind of the frame that I want for everything. And, you know, I probably could go out like this and everything would be fine, but I'm gonna take it one step farther, okay? And all it takes is a little bit of practice. Don't be scared, don't be intimidated. I was super scared of palettes. I didn't understand the wax. I didn't understand any of that stuff. But now that I do, I'm so thankful for it. Cheers, got my wine. All right, so next, I'm gonna take the same brush. I'm going to lightly dip into the wax, and then I'm gonna dip into this darker color. Just a little dip there, little dip there. I'm gonna kind of flatten out my brush a little bit in the darker powder. And then I'm going to outline. So the picture that I posted earlier kind of showed you how to line the brows. Let's actually see it in action, okay? So I'm gonna start underneath, because this is gonna be the darkest line. I'm gonna start underneath. I'm gonna go outside of what I just filled in, and I'm gonna go out just a little bit. So one tip, okay? One tip to figure out where your brows should end, where the art should be, all of that. Take your brush, and you kind of like see where that like little divot is, like where your nostril meets the main part of your nose. If you kind of like put it there and go straight up, that is where you want your brow to end, okay? So if you're just figuring this part out, you could put a little mark there to figure out where you want. Now for your arch, what is that? I'm so bad with angles. I just kind of know where it goes at this point. If your brush kind of goes halfway, like in the middle of your eye, you see where my pupil's at? In the middle of your eye, that's where you want your arch to be. And then this is where you want the end of your eyebrow to line up kind of with like the end of your eye. All right, so I dipped in the wax just a little bit and then into the darker color, and I'm going to outline underneath. Can you see that? I'm gonna outline underneath, and we'll clean everything up. This is gonna look kind of crazy for a moment. Now, if you don't have a steady hand, my elbow is on the table. Okay, So after that, I'm gonna make sure I have a similar amount of product on my brush, and I'm gonna kind of start a little bit past halfway on the top. I'm gonna follow that arch and I'm gonna curve and pull it down. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I'm not gonna really talk a whole lot during this one because I need to focus for this one. Okay, so we're gonna go underneath. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing on the top. And we're just gonna kind of meet everything together. This brow tends to be my better brow for this one. I think it's because I'm right-handed. But you know, they're never twins, never twins. They're like distant cousins sometimes. They are like the distant cousins sometimes. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take what's left on the brush and I'm gonna kind of fill everything in. You're still gonna be able to see the lines that I have underneath. You're still gonna be able to see all of that, but we're gonna fix that all up, don't worry. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm applying more pressure towards the back because back here you're gonna wanna be darker. Typically, I do this really fast. When I go slow, I feel like they end up looking kind of crazy, but we're gonna pull it all together, okay? So I'm gonna take that line, I'm gonna kind of pull it up with my brush. I'm gonna kind of pull it up. And if anything looks super uneven, you can always go back in and just kind of fill that out, okay? You can align it again. But I'll show you how we're really gonna clean that up. All right, so on the back end, you want that to be a little bit darker than the front. And if the front ends up too dark or too round, or square, I'm sorry, too square, you can just kind of, well, if it's too dark, I would take the spoolie part of it and kind of brush everything out. And then if it's too square, you just want to play with that a little bit. And ta-da! Our first brow is almost completely done. I think that's faded a little bit too much for my liking. There's no right or wrong way, you guys. If you don't like the fade in the front, you don't have to do the fade in the front. Really, they're your brows and you can do what you want. Okay, so you see the difference? I should have left this one off so you could see, but all right. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna take a little bit of wax, a little bit of the darker powder, and I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna fill in the back side. We're gonna pull that up through the front. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we clean this up. Darken this side just a little bit. Okay, Now this side's a little bit thicker for my liking, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of fix that. I'm gonna fix that a little bit. Okay. But let me show you how we really fix it up. That's where the other pieces are gonna come in handy. That's where the highlighting colors and all of that come into play. I'm telling you, this eyebrow is forever giving me a hard time. Like forever, forever, forever. Okay, I can play with that all night long and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. So I'm gonna leave that one there. All right, so next, I'm gonna clean off my brush. I'm gonna clean off my brush. And y'all, I don't typically group message everybody, but for whatever reason, I was drawing a blank on how to get in touch with everyone. So I just sent out a mass message. Sorry about that. All right, so I just cleaned off the brush. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take, and this is gonna look kind of crazy at first, but trust me, it works. I'm gonna take this color. This is what I'm gonna use to line everything up and clean everything up, and you're gonna see how well it like lifts the eye. So I just kind of go in sideways. I just kind of go in sideways with my brush, and I'm gonna take it up against the line. I'm gonna put it right against the line, and then I'm gonna pull down. And what that's gonna do at first is kind of create a little bit of a barrier. So I'm not going crazy. And I'm also able to line that up really well. Once I kind of figure out where I'm going with that, I'm going to kind of swoop it and clean that up. Make everything real tight. This step I don't do all the time. I usually do this step if I'm like going out or something like that. Ugh, I've got too much stuff in my eyes right now. And then I just kind of take my finger and I go in and I smooth it all out. So that it doesn't look crazy. Looks like I missed a spot here. Do you see the difference? Like, look how clean that is compared to the other side. Now, if you wanted to get like really crazy with it, you could take concealer and like do the top. I probably wouldn't do the pink on top just because you can tell that it's pink at first. You know, once you get into like doing your eyeshadow and everything else, you're not gonna really be able to see it. But at least at first you can tell. All right, now what I will do, I'll take a little bit of it on the flat part and complete this side. Just to crisp up that tail. Okay, can you see the difference? Kind of crazy. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just right up to the line, pull down. Right up to the line, pull down. I don't know how people can come on here and do this and chit chat and just like blah, 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 while they're doing their eyebrows, because not me. I need to focus. I need to focus. All right. All right, so I have everything on there. I'm gonna kind of pull it down, blend it out a little bit with the brush, and then take my finger. And blend it out. And it just lifts your eye so much. I love it. I might even do a little bit of eyeshadow tonight because that's just how I'm feeling. We'll see. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So let me pull this down just a little bit more because I kind of got rid of my tail, which is such a strange statement. Got rid of my tail. Okay. All right. Let me pull it down. We're going to blend that in a little bit more. And then what you're going to do, you're just going to take your finger, whether it be a pinky finger. In this one, it's just going to add a little bit of shimmer. So I like to just put a little, you see how pretty that is? Just a little teeny tiny bit up along my brow bone. It's going to kind of neutralize that pink, and it's going to just highlight everything a little bit more. Okay. And sometimes I'll take it down my eye just because, why not? So you see how it's neutralized that on that side? All right, let's do the same over here. So it's not so pink. And ta-da! We have eyebrows. We have eyebrows. Took a little bit longer explaining how to do it than it would just doing it. But since I have you guys here, I'm going to swoop on a little bit of eyeshadow real fast and show off this mascara really quick while I have your attention. All right, so we're just gonna throw a little bit of brown. I'm not doing anything fancy right now. Nothing. I'm just gonna blend this out, pop a little bit of color on my face, put on some mascara, and we'll be done. We will be done. I don't know why I'm so country right now. Oh well. Okay, let's put on a little bit of something. A little bit of sparkle in my life. I love these sparkles. Our shimmers, y'all, are like amazing. So I actually have a really cool special right now. I don't think I've actually talked about it yet. And we only have a few days left, so I probably need to get on that. I have a special right now that comes with any palette of your choice. We have 6 to choose from. Any formula of the Epic Mascara. It comes in black, water resistant, brown, water resistant, and black waterproof. And a lipstick. And it's on sale. You get a really good deal when you buy it like that. And if that's something that you're interested in, let me know and I will point you in the right direction. But we'll talk about that. Ow. We'll talk about that next time. I just poked myself in the eye. And I just love this palette. Allie, I see you. Are you here? Are you here? You've been so quiet. I am not even trying to do a good job with this right now, y'all. I'm just throwing it on there real fast. We are just throwing it on there. We're just gonna buff that out. I didn't do anything crazy. Nothing crazy. I like the neutral colors anyway. I love my colorful stuff. But I wear more neutrals than anything, unless I'm online. Okay. Let's show off some of this epic mascara. The world's best mascara. Y'all see the sweat? Y'all, it's so hot in here. And what this stuff is going to do, it is going to curl, it is going to lengthen, it is going to volumize your lashes, and you are not even going to know what to do with your life. I am wearing the waterproof right now. It is my personal favorite one. Just, I like the brush better. I like the way it fans out better. Both of them are amazing. This one is just my personal favorite. Do you see that? Just one coat? Yeah. Okay. Best mascara ever. If you have eyelashes, you need this in your life. Let's go ahead and do the other one. What's crazy is that this is the side that I've actually used my lash serum on the most. I was looking for, I was trying to put together some results, and I got to the point where I didn't think it was working. So I was doing one eye against the other eye. So this eye actually takes to the mascara better because they are a little bit longer. And I should be using my serum all the time, but I don't. So this side takes a little bit more work because they're not the same size. But that's okay. Mascara base. Here we go. And if we're friends on Facebook, or if you're in my VIP group, you already know there is something extra special that I'm going to be showing off tomorrow. And I'll be hopping in here and showing you guys as well. But yeah, so there we go. That's a little bit more than I had planned on doing initially. But my brows were looking kind of nice, so I had to do the rest of it. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. If you would like to get the brow palette, brow brush, maybe a liner to go with it, just comment below. I'll help you choose the right color. We have, how many days do we have left? I don't know. Let me see. I think we only have a couple days left. Let's see what's going on. I'm like so itchy today. Leia, stop. Be a lady. My dog's like licking herself back there. We've got 3 days left. We've got 3 days left, and Allie is, is 50% of the way to reaching her goals. So, if you need brow assistance, if you have additional questions after this, feel free to post them in the comments or shoot me a message. I don't bite, and I love questions. I am open to all the questions in the world. Or if there's something else completely different that you're looking for and want to discuss, send that over my way as well, and I will make sure that we do that. If you're watching this on the replay, drop me a little hashtag replay, and say hi. Say hi. We'll do this again soon. Thanks, guys.